hope I'm audible and clear to you. Please write in the chat box if it is clear because I'm not understanding that I'm audible to you. Is it audible, teachers?
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am.
Ma'am.
Okay, thank you, thank you. Okay, so straight away I'll go to the PowerPoint presentation. Okay, thank you, thank you. I'll go to the PowerPoint presentation and actually the main objective of the session is, as you know, it's about the MCQs, which is a very challenging thing. Of course, it's very challenging, and also a few points which we can discuss. Okay, so I'm going for the PowerPoint presentation. Please let me know if the screen is not visible. You can speak on because I won't be able to see the chat box when I'm presenting.
Yes, ma'am. Screen is being shared.
Okay. Now, the agenda for today is regarding the changed examination pattern for class 10. And just as we give students about learning objectives and learning outcomes, we also have an outcome for this session, and that is actually at the end of the session, we can have some ideas as to how to frame MCQs and design a model question paper. Of course, I've not designed an exact model question paper, but I have tried my level best to incorporate the different types of questions as MCQs. Now this year, as you all know, there's a special scheme of assessment, which is a rationalized syllabus divided into two terms, and there is 50% syllabus in each term. Now the term one examination, all of us have got the date sheet also, and we are preparing our students for the examination. The paper is the paper is of 90 minutes duration. There will be a reading time also, and the questions are all MCQ types. And in the MCQs, different types of questions will be put. And the term two, we have at the year-end examination. It will be March, April, and it will be a 2 hours duration with different typology of questions. So the total theory examination is of 80 marks, and we have an internal assessment, which most of us must have already, some of us must have completed also. Internal assessment 1 and 2, each, that is 20 marks total, and so 80 plus 20, 100 marks. And the periodic tests, which can be conducted each term, can be of different types. It can be quiz, concept map, projects. And along with that, we have the practical, which is the subject enrichment. And the next term, we also have the, next term, we have the second level, that is term 2 also, we are having this internal assessment. So 2 terms, we are having 20 marks, total 20 marks. Art integration project also for the next term we are having. So here in science, when we say section A, we have A, B, C sections, and the children are given they can choose also. There are choices also given. That is, they can attempt any 20 from the 24 questions in section A, and any 20 from 24 questions in section B, and any 10 from 12 questions in section C, which means there is a total number of 60 questions. The students had to attempt 50 questions, and the marks will be downscaled to 40. And when it comes to biology as such, in section A, we are having 6 questions, in B also 6 questions, and in C, 1 case-based question with 4 sub-questions. And each there will be one additional question, and the children can attempt any 3 of them. I mean, any 5 of them. 6 questions with 5 they have to. So this is the total marks of science: physics 20, chemistry 24, biology 16. So which means, teachers, am I not audible to you?
Yes, ma'am, you are audible.
Audible, ma'am, audible.
Okay. Ma'am, please check your mic connection, okay?
Yeah.
Physics 20 marks, chemistry 24, bio 16, of which total is 60 marks, and the students need to attempt 50 questions, downscale to 40. Now we come to the most important, which is the agenda for today, that is preparing the MCQs. Now, as you know, that is, we have the new education policy which says that more importance is given to competencies. So, in our curriculum also, we are given what are the different competencies we have to measure through the question paper which we are giving. So, here we have competencies in level 1, 2, and 3. The level 1 is knowledge and understanding, which is a primary competency level. And then you have the higher levels of knowledge, concept application, and analyzing evaluation or the questions. So we have 46, 22, and 32 percentage respectively in level 1, 2, and 3. And this is already there in the curriculum. Teachers, you must have gone through the curriculum, and it is there. These competencies which are to be measured when we are framing the MCQs. So, and also while framing the MCQs, the board has also given us certain suggestive verbs which we can think of when we are framing questions. For example, if you are planning to give a demo, there is knowledge, understanding level question, you can use these various verbs like name, list, identify, because this is just measuring their, what do you say, knowledge, understanding, or remembering level. That is the base level. The student remembers, and he has that knowledge level. That is, he has been taught a concept and he's applying the knowledge. So that is the first level. And most of the questions, when you frame the MCQs, it should be coming under this particular category. That is the knowledge understanding level. And then comes the application of knowledge and concepts, wherein you can use words like explain, distinguish. Now, of course, in MCQs, it is difficult to give the word explain and all that, because, as you know, MCQs means there are 4 options and we have to write all the options, and the child takes only one. So there, it is very difficult to use these verbs. But then from this, we can get an idea as to what type of verbs we can put in to those questions when we are framing an MCQ. And the last one is the analyzing, evaluating, and creating. And in each of these, we have this much percentage. So you can see the knowledge understanding level is having the maximum percentage, and the application level is having the minimum. So analyzing, you can have evaluation. Now, teachers, another thing here is that analyzing, evaluating, creating. Now, when we are framing the question, we need not write there as to what level it is. Only thing in our mind, we just think of something of a higher order. That is, which will make the child to think out of the box and apply the knowledge that we have given him. That is, we already have when we teach a chapter, for example, when we teach digestive system or when we teach nutrition, we already have in our mind there is an objective, there's a learning objective, and there is a learning outcome. Now, each chapter that we are teaching in biology in class 10, there are learning objectives and there are learning outcomes. Now, we have in our mind what is the objective. Now, in the CBSE, also in the website, cbse.nic.in, in teachers resources, there is this particular page wherein teachers resources for achieving learning outcome. അങ്ങനെ ഒരു ഇതുണ്ട്. അതിൽ ഒരു numerous pages, around 900 to 1000 pages are there in different classes. Class 10 science നോക്കിക്കഴിഞ്ഞാൽ, you will be able to know what are the learning objectives and learning outcomes. Learning objective is, we have an objective when we are teaching. And after teaching, what is the outcome? What is the child able to understand from that, and how will he apply it, or how will we put it into practice? That is the outcome. So for each topic in biology, there is learning objective and learning outcome. And when we are framing a question, MCQ question, we should always have that objective in our mind. For example, in nutrition lesson, photosynthesis is a very major topic under plant nutrition. So in photosynthesis, what is the objective that we are planning to teach them? That is, what are the raw materials? How is the process of photosynthesis occurring? All that is the main objective. When it comes to nutrition in human beings, how does the digestion occur? Which are the nutrients and the enzymes present in the body? That is the object. So based on that, we should keep that in our mind or focus and then frame a question. So always relate an MCQ to the objective, the learning objective or the outcome, whatever it is. Because when we have an objective and when we teach properly, the outcome will be there. So that when you should have in your mind. So a small guide you can get from that particular teacher's resources learning outcome. That is teachers resources for achieving learning outcomes. There is one CBSE website. So these are the different competencies which you have to measure. Teachers, is it okay till here? I mean, am I clear? Am I going very fast?
No, ma'am, it's clear.
No, ma'am. No, ma'am.
Okay. Now, when we are designing our MCQ paper, MCQ question, the key principles is, as I told you, first, you have to test the objective. That is, what is the objective for digestive system? Do you have an objective that the child must be able to know what are the parts of the alimentary canal, where a particular nutrient will be digested, what are the steps in nutrition? That is the objective. And after that, you frame a question which is related to any experiment, or it can be a scenario. Scenario becomes a case-based question. It can be an experiment, or you can take a small paragraph from the textbook, and from that you can frame a question. So that is the content. And eventually, when we are framing it, the language should be appropriate in the sense that the child should not have any doubt regarding what is this question about, or is it like this or is it like that? That is, there should not be any confusion regarding the question and in the options also. Because when we are framing a question in MCQs, the option should be chosen in such a way that there should not be two correct options. There should be only one correct option. Unless and until you have 1 and 2 correct, like that, also MCQs are there. So that also. So I'm going to tell you all those things. And so these are the key principles when you are designing an MCQ. So always have that objective in mind. But when you're taking respiratory system, in that respiratory system, the objective in our mind is the full respiratory system, the inhalation, exhalation process. And also another important is different two types, aerobic and anaerobic. In anaerobic, you have so many examples of the bread making, the curd making, then muscle crams, all those are there. About there, you can have application also. The child can competency based on, the child will be able to apply that knowledge somewhere else. So that also we can keep it in focus when we are designing an MCQ. Now, when we are framing an MCQ, most important thing is when you have many options, please see that all the options are more or less of the same length. Some very small, some very big. So the child also may have a tendency to think, the longer options are the correct answer, or the shorter ones are the correct ones. So all the options more or less of the same length. And it's always best to randomize the answers. For example, after you frame the entire MCQs, you yourself just see the answers, whether it is all A, B, like that coming, or whether there is one A and then comes a C, then comes a D, and then comes a B, like that. There should be a random. It's not necessary that always the answers should be somewhere in the middle. You can have A as the best option, or you can have D also as the best option. It's not always necessary to always have B and C. So that also you must check. It should not always be AAs. Everything you must mix and give. So that is a randomizing. And the main question, it is called the STEM. It should not begin with a blank. Or fill in the blanks. And most of the options that we give should be reasonable. Reasonable in the sense that you cannot give blatant like that options. Somewhere some sense should be there even in the options also. Although the options may be incorrect, they are incorrect, only one will be the right one. But still, reasonable options wherein it is okay. The child must be able to know, this is also possible, but this is not the correct one. Like that, it should be a reasonable option also. And please avoid the option none of the above, because none of the above is not an option at all, isn't it? So always four options should be there. Now I'm giving you some sample questions which I randomly collected from the different chapters. Now here teachers, you're most welcome to give your opinions also, because as I told you, when I'm telling you that this particular question is about an analysis level question, everyone may not think it that way, because ഇപ്പം നമ്മുടെ മനസ്സിൽ അനാലിസിസ് എന്ന് പറഞ്ഞാൽ വാട്ട് ഇസ് എൻ അനാലിസിസ് യു അനലൈസ് ദാറ്റ് ഈസ് യു ആർ അറൈവിങ് അറ്റ് എ കൺക്ലൂഷൻ അനാലിസിസ് ആൻഡ് ദെൻ അപ്ലിക്കേഷൻ ഓഫ് കോഴ്സ് അപ്ലിക്കേഷൻ നമുക്ക് പെട്ടെന്ന് മനസ്സിലാവും പക്ഷേ ഇവാലുവേഷൻ അനാലിസിസ് ടൈപ്പ് ക്വസ്റ്റ്യൻസ് അത് ലാസ്റ്റ് നമ്മുടെ വരുന്നതാണ് ദാറ്റ് ഈസ് സി we have this see analyze evaluate create that is the last one, and in that we are having around 32%. So when we are making such questions, you need not write there whether it is an analysis level question or an evaluation level question. Just see that the child is able to at least think something. It's not just knowledge level. കുറച്ചൊന്ന് ആലോചിച്ചിട്ട് എഴുതാൻ പറ്റുന്ന questions അതിനെയാണ് we come into that category. So here the topic is nutrition in autotrophs. Teachers, you can read the question. What is the likely reason for this observation? Now, usually it is said that when I just asked other teachers and all that, they say that analysis, a reasoning type, a reasoning type question. He analyzes the situation and he comes to a conclusion. That is the analysis level question. So here it is basically about the stomata, because when petroleum jelly is applied, the stomata will be blocked. So what is the likely reason? He sees that the plant applied remains healthy, whereas the other one shows signs of weakness. So the answer, teachers, you yourself can tell, isn't it? It is the inability to perform photosynthesis. So it is the child knows that for photosynthesis, gas exchange is required, and gas exchange usually occurs on leaves through the stomata. Is it okay, teachers? I hope I'm clear to you. You can please interact also, okay? You can interact also. Now, this is another one, because when we are teaching children about the various nutrients, that is carbohydrates, fats, proteins, vitamins, and minerals, we teach them that there are various enzymes for the digestion of carbohydrates, proteins, fats, but there are also certain nutrients which need not undergo the process of digestion because they are very simple. They are easily absorbed by the body. So here it is just an application level. Now teachers, here again, it is all what we are thinking. So you can also frame questions. This I just say sat and thought. It's not taken from anywhere, because when we teach them, because they also must have observed that when they go to visit persons in hospital, we usually take fruits and all that. We don't take big heavy food. So I teach them that why fruits and all that are preferred, because fruits എന്ന് പറയുമ്പോൾ അതിൽ simple sugars ആണ്. അപ്പോൾ അങ്ങനെ വരുമ്പോൾ simple sugars means glucose, fructose ഒക്കെയാണ്. അപ്പോൾ അങ്ങനെ വരുമ്പോൾ അതിന് ഡൈജഷൻ്റെ ആവശ്യം വരുന്നില്ല. It can be readily absorbed, even vitamins also. So based on that, I have framed this question. The most appropriate reason for the doctor's advice on taking fruits. So here the child will be able to again analyze what is the reason why the doctor is advising to take only fruits. Or this question can be framed, yes.
Yes, ma'am. This would be application type, no, ma'am?
No, application, I'm telling the next one, ma'am. See this one. This one you can apply, see, because here the child has to most appropriate food that the doctor recommends. അങ്ങനെ വരുമ്പോൾ അപ്ലൈ ആവും. ദാറ്റ് ഈസ് കുട്ടി തന്നെ ഒരു ഇത് പറയുക, അപ്പോഴാണ് അത് അപ്ലിക്കേഷൻ ലെവലിലേക്ക് ഹീ ഈസ് അപ്ലൈയിങ് ദാറ്റ്. For example, the doctor is telling you have to control your diet. അപ്പോൾ നമ്മൾ ഇത്രയും ഫുഡ് കൊടുത്തിട്ട് ഇതിന് ഏതായിരിക്കും വിച്ച് ഇസ് ദ മോസ്റ്റ് അപ്രോപ്രിയേറ്റ് ഫുഡ് ഫോർ ദാറ്റ് പേഷ്യൻറ്റ്. അപ്പോൾ when the child himself is telling this one is best, അപ്പോൾ he is applying that knowledge that this particular nutrient is having, this particular food is having this nutrient which can be easily digested by the body, so this is the best one. So that is actually the application level when he is actually doing it. Adana application level.
Excuse me, ma'am. Why can't the previous one be an application level question, ma'am?
Application level, Mark, as I told you, application, analyze, evaluation. ഇതിൽ എന്താ അറിയാം, ഞാൻ അതിനെ അനലൈസ് ആക്കാൻ കാരണം എന്താ വെച്ചാൽ അവിടെ അപ്രോപ്രിയേറ്റ് റീസൺ ആണ് പറയേണ്ടത്. അപ്പൊ നമ്മൾ സാധാരണ റീസൺ പറയുമ്പോൾ ആ കുട്ടി ഇരുന്ന് ആ കോൺസെപ്റ്റ് മനസ്സിലാക്കി അനലൈസ് ചെയ്തിട്ടാണ് നമ്മൾ റീസൺ പറയണത്. അതുകൊണ്ടാണ് ഞാൻ അതിന് അനാലിസിസ് പറഞ്ഞത്. പക്ഷെ ഒരു കുട്ടി അതിന് എന്ത് ഫുഡാണ് കഴിക്കേണ്ടതെന്ന് ആ കുട്ടി തന്നെ പറയുകയാണെങ്കിൽ ആ കുട്ടി ആ പഠിച്ച കാര്യം അപ്ലൈ ചെയ്യണം. ഇപ്പൊ സപ്പോസ് ആ കുട്ടി കാര്യം ഇന്നത് കഴിക്കണമെന്ന് ടീച്ചർ പഠിപ്പിച്ച് വീട്ടിൽ വന്നിട്ട് ഔട്ടർ അമ്മോട് പറയണം, അമ്മ എനിക്ക് ഇന്നത് വേണം, ഐ നീഡ് ദിസ് ഫുഡ്, ഐ നീഡ് ദിസ്. ആക്ച്വലി ഹീ ഈസ് അപ്ലൈയിങ് ദാറ്റ്. സോ ദാറ്റ് ഈസ് ദി അപ്ലിക്കേഷൻ ലെവൽ. ഹീ ഈസ് അപ്ലൈയിങ് ദാറ്റ്. സോ നമുക്കിപ്പോൾ ഇവിടെ അങ്ങനെ ഒരു ക്വസ്റ്റ്യനെ ഫ്രെയിം ചെയ്യും. യെസ് മാം പറഞ്ഞോളൂ.
But the other one also, only if the child understands, and only then both are actually confusing. Only when the child analyzes, he'll be able to apply it. So the previous one, only if the child has understood what each one, the function of each one is, to be able to apply it.
Yes, you will be able to. That's why I framed two questions. Now, actually, when we say that this particular question is an analysis level or an application level, you can make it in any way. But as I told you, why I made it, why I'm telling it as analysis, because he's giving a reason for the doctor's advice. But of course, he will be able to apply
Ma'am,
it only when he knows. Yes,
As per the understanding is already the reason is given there, so the child is applying. No, ma'am. So
Where is the
you
reason?
tell this is
Where is it?
you tell this is analysis. Like for example, fruit juice, tender coconut. So it's already given. So you're telling it is an analysis question. The other one is application. Okay, thank you, ma'am.
Is it okay, teachers? As I told you, teachers, whether it is an analysis or an evaluation, all that, it depends on how we think. Because നമുക്ക് പക്ഷേ അങ്ങനെ ആലോചിച്ചിട്ട് ഇങ്ങനെ ക്വസ്റ്റ്യൻ. യെസ് മാം പറഞ്ഞു.
Yes, ma'am. What you said is true. Depends upon the person. Now he or she thinks it is.
Because even when I say one question, say this, for the others they will tell, how can this be like this? It's okay. Only thing is, it's not an that is understanding level. It is not an understanding or knowledge level. കുറച്ചും കൂടി ഹയർ ലെവലാണ്. അപ്പോൾ ആ ഹയർ ലെവൽ നമുക്ക് ഇങ്ങനെ ഒരു കേസ്, ഇതിന് ശരിക്കും ഇതൊരു കേസാണ്, ഇതൊരു കേസ് സ്റ്റഡി പോലെ നമുക്ക് എടുക്കാം അതിനെ. ബിക്കോസ് യു ആർ ഗിവിങ് എ സിറ്റുവേഷൻ. ആസ് ഐ ടോൾഡ് യു, കോണ്ടെക്സ്റ്റ് കഴിഞ്ഞിട്ട് കണ്ടന്റില് you can take a case study or an example, cite an example from any incident, or you can take some experiments. But the previous one was an experiment with the child and the plans വെച്ചിട്ട്. അപ്പോൾ ഇതിപ്പോൾ ഒരു സിറ്റുവേഷൻ ആണ്, സിറ്റുവേഷൻ ബേസ്ഡ് ആണ്. അപ്പോൾ ഇതൊക്കെ നിങ്ങൾക്ക് you can put it as a case based question. Is it okay, teachers? Can I proceed?
Yes, ma'am. Thank you.
Yes, ma'am.
Now, this is regarding the process of digestion and respiration. That is, we all know that both these processes are very much interconnected to each other. So, digestion and respiration here, actually, this is a diagram-based question in which I have shown two structures. One is the alveoli and the other is the villi. And the following images show a section through small intestine and lungs. From the options, what is not similar to the above two structures? So here, first thing is the child should read the question very carefully because it is not similar. What is not similar to the above two structures? So we have already taught them that what are the features of alveoli. They have large surface area, richly supplied with blood, and that is they are having what is that? they are richly supplied with blood, and thin membrane. All these we have already taught them. And villi also we have taught them that in the villi they are microscopic finger-like structures through which the absorption occurs. So here I have given these four options: large surface area, rich blood supply, thin membrane, and exchange of gases. Now, of course, thin membrane, I'm not sure, but then when I searched Google, they are saying that they will like to have a thin membrane. So teachers, when we write options, we have to be very careful whether, especially in these cases, because in these cases, we require only one wrong answer, that is, which is not similar. So, which means that the other three should be correct. So, actually, when I just did some Googling and all that, I found that it is having a thin membrane. And the only option which is not similar here is exchange of materials. Isn't it? Because in villi, there is no exchange happening. There is only the one-way process only happening. Whereas in the alveoli, it is a two-way process. So, exchange of materials, and it is an understanding level because the child, he has already been taught this, and he is now comparing between them. He comparing and contrast. I'm sorry, see, comparing. See, analyze, evaluate, create, learn. Compare and contrast. Adum varunnuണ്ട് അതില്. പക്ഷെ നമുക്ക് ഈ compare contrast, teachers, you can put it as a high order question, and compare and contrast, we can put it as an understanding level question also. That is insignificant here. But here the child has to carefully understand what is not similar to the above two structures. Here again, the following diagram shows a step in the breathing process. What is the role of the part labeled A in the process shown in the diagram? Part labeled A in the process shown in the diagram. So here the child has to observe the diagram very carefully. He has to see the arrow marks first. And he has to see which is that portion A, and what is the role of the part labeled A. He has to choose from the correct option. Here also it is a remembering and an understanding level, because inhalation and exhalation process, the child already knows what happens to the shape of the diaphragm, what happens to the volume of the chest cavity, all that he also already knows. So he reads the sentences and he will find out the correct answer. Fourth one, it is A is the correct answer. A contracts, there is an increase in volume in the thoracic cavity, and inhalation follows. Is it okay, teachers? Can I proceed?
Yes, ma'am. Yes.
Now, this is an apparatus. I have a setup as shown. Now, this is actually based on an experimental question in nutrition lesson. That is, in the textbook, there are two questions. One is on the chlorophyll, and the other is on the potassium hydroxide. So here, based on that, sodium hydroxide removes carbon dioxide from air. Lime water goes cloudy if carbon dioxide is bubbled through it. What happens to the lime water in flask X and Y when air is pumped in? So that is the question. So here 4 conical flasks are there, and in the first there is sodium hydroxide, in the second there is lime water, and that is labeled as X. In the third one, the conical flask is covered by a black paper, and inside that a plant is there. And the last one, which is Y, there is again lime water. So the child has to see the arrow mark. From one end the air is coming in, and from the last end the air is going out. So in between, what happens to the lime water in flask X and Y when air is pumped in? That is the question. So the options, ഇങ്ങനെയാണ്. X and Y goes cloudy, രണ്ടിലും it goes cloudy, X it goes cloudy while it stays clear, C seal it stays clear. I'm sorry. Excel it stays clear. While it goes cloudy, and lastly stays clear. So teachers, please try it out. C is the correct answer, isn't it, teachers? C. Can I show you the option? C. Stays clear. That is, X stays clear. Y goes cloudy. Is it okay, teachers?
Yes, miss. Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am.
So here you can actually make a question another way also, because അവിടെ black paper വെച്ചിട്ടുണ്ട്. So you can frame a question as to why that black paper is kept there. അങ്ങനെ നമുക്ക് question നടക്കാം. പക്ഷേ അതിൽ options ആണ് നമ്മൾ ആലോചിച്ച് ഉണ്ടാക്കേണ്ടത്. What will happen if the black paper is not kept there? You can give a question like that. So in this particular question, you can give. Actually, teachers, like these typology of questions, you can actually get. That is, you can get an idea, and of course, you have to do some brainstorming yourself and reframe it to the level of our children, because all the questions may not come to the level of a 10th standard. But then we can frame it. For ഇങ്ങനത്തെ questions ഒക്കെ ഗൂഗിളിൽ നമുക്ക് what is that photosynthesis experiments എന്ന് പറഞ്ഞിട്ട് ഇമേജസിലേക്ക് പോവാം. അപ്പോൾ അതിൽ MCQ questions on photosynthesis എന്ന് പറഞ്ഞു കഴിഞ്ഞാൽ അങ്ങനെ കുറേ എക്സ്പെരിമെന്റ്സിന്റെ ഇങ്ങനെ വരും. അതിൽ ചിലതിൻ്റെ അടിയിലൊക്കെ MCQ questions തന്നെ പറഞ്ഞിട്ടുണ്ടാവും. അത് നമുക്ക് ഇങ്ങനെ ബ്രൗസ് ചെയ്ത് കഴിഞ്ഞാൽ you will be able to get some questions which you have to sit and think as to what is the right answer, because I'll answers in Davia. They don't give answers. So we have to actually ഇതിൽ ശരിക്കും ഒരു collaborating work on MCQs. സ്കൂളൊക്കെ ഉണ്ടെങ്കിൽ we can sit together, we can discuss with the teachers and then get the answer. But here also we can call and get. But then always a second opinion you should take, because നമ്മുടെ മാത്രമല്ല ഒരു ടീച്ചറും കൂടി ക്വസ്റ്റ്യൻ ആൻസർ അത് ഡിസ്കസ് ചെയ്തിട്ട് അതന്നെ ആണോ ആൻസർ എന്ന് പറഞ്ഞിട്ട് മാത്രമേ നമുക്കത് കൺഫേം ചെയ്യാൻ പറ്റുള്ളൂ. ബിക്കോസ് ഇങ്ങനത്തെ കേസസ് ഒക്കെ നമ്മൾ പുറത്തുനിന്ന് എടുക്കുന്ന കാരണം വി ഹാവ് ടു ബി വെരി ക്ലിയർ അബൌട്ട് വാട്ട് ദി ആൻസർ ഇസ്. ഓൺലി ദെൻ വി ക്യാൻ ഗോ ഫോർ മേക്കിംഗ് ഇറ്റ് ആസ് എ ക്വസ്റ്റ്യൻ. So this is a little കുറച്ചും കൂടി ഒരു ആലോചിച്ച് ചെയ്യേണ്ട ഒരു ക്വസ്റ്റ്യൻ ആണത്. What happens? അപ്പോൾ ഒരു you can say it as an analytical അല്ലെങ്കിൽ ഒരു ഇവാലുവേഷൻ ലെവലിലേക്കൊക്കെ വേണമെങ്കിൽ you can bring it. Of course നമുക്ക് ഇവിടെ പേര് കൊടുക്കേണ്ട ആവശ്യമില്ലെങ്കിൽ പോലും it is a high order thinking question. Now here this is regarding the circulation in the human heart. Now this diagram shows 4 pictures of the heart. It is all the mammalian. It is not of different animals. Mammalian animal. Which diagram shows blood flow through a mammalian heart? Now, when the child looks at the diagram, all of it looks approximately similar only. But there is a key there which shows the white arrows as oxygenated and the black arrows as deoxygenated. So each diagram the child has to see the arrow mark, that is the right atrium and the right ventricle, the left atrium and the left ventricle, which type of blood comes and which type of blood goes to the lungs. From there, which type comes back to the left atrium. All that he must have in his mind. And then he must select the correct option.
B, no, ma'am.
Yes, 6 B ആണ് correct answer. 6 B is the correct answer. So you can think it as an evaluation level, because here he is actually finding out himself which is the correct option. He is evaluating himself and he is finding the answer. So evaluation, again, this is a little high order level thinking question which you can give. The similar diagrams are there regarding double circulation also. Innumerable diagrams are there, because you know double circulation in our textbook, that is a very important diagram. And regarding that, and we have taught the children also how many chambers are there in fishes, amphibians, reptiles, birds and mammals. So they know approximately how the chambers and all look like. So like that also we can frame questions based on double circulation. That is also a very good question. നമ്മുടെ sample paper.
Excuse me, ma'am.
Then I have
Yeah.
a question, ma'am. How can you differentiate this four-chambered heart of birds and mammals? Both
In
of
this
them are
di-
having four-chambered hearts.
birds and mammals you can't distinguish, ma'am. Birds and mammals you can't
Yes,
distinguish.
both of them are having four-chambered
Four
hearts.
chamber. Yes, yes.
Then
So
how
that's-
can we differentiate the heart of bird and the heart of mammal?
No, actually, when we teach children, we just teach them that it is amphibians. I'm sorry, fishes.
Amphibians are having three-chambered hearts.
Fishes, amphibians, reptiles. Amphibians and reptiles also three chamber. Fish reptiles.
See, reptiles are having 3.5,
Three
madam.
and a half. Yes, three and a half. And birds and mammals 4. So we are not teaching them to distinguish between birds and mammals at all. We are teaching them that is why we are having, that is birds and mammals are having complete separation, and why the lower organisms are having mixed blood. അത് എന്താണ് നമുക്ക് അഡ്വാൻറ്റേജസ് അങ്ങനെ പഠിപ്പിക്കുന്നുള്ളൂ. We are not teaching them the difference because I don't think there is much
So if a
difference.
child asks such a question, how will we answer, ma'am?
No, they won't ask, because when we are framing an MCQ, we should not give a diagram in which both are actually similar. അപ്പോൾ നമ്മൾ എങ്ങനെ എഴുതേണ്ട birds/mammals, that is ബേർഡ്സിനും മാമൽസിനും ആ ഒരു സർക്കുലേഷൻ ആണുള്ളത്. പിന്നെ ഫിഷസ്, പിന്നെ ആംഫീബിയൻസ് അങ്ങനെ എഴുതണം. ദാറ്റ് മീൻസ് നമ്മൾ സ്ലാഷ് ഇട്ട് കൊടുക്കുക. ബേർഡ്സിനും മാമൽസിനും സെയിം ടൈപ്പ് ആണല്ലോ, നമുക്ക് രണ്ടുപേർക്കും ഡബിൾ സർക്കുലേഷൻ ആണ്, സെയിം ടൈപ്പ് ഓഫ് ഹാർട്ടും ആണ്.
I think it may be.
Our suggestions, ma'am. See, in the case of mammals, I think the aortic arch is on left, and in birds, it is in right.
But do we teach them, teacher? Do we teach them like that? I don't know.
We don't. Usually, we relate it to warm-blooded and cold-blooded animals.
Yes,
We don't
we don't teach them the aortic arch. Of course, when we teach them to draw, we say this is an arch, it should go like this. But then we don't teach them the position in a bird and mammal, because birds, that is birds and
See, ma'am,
mammals.
the diagram is given here. That is why, ma'am.
No, this diagram.
See, here
is
the
not-
diagram is given, ma'am.
Here the diagram given is based on, of course, you can make the question like that, based on the circulation, based on the arrows. അങ്ങനെ വേണമെങ്കിൽ എഴുതാം. Of course, എന്റെ ക്വസ്റ്റ്യൻ ഫ്രെയിമിംഗിൽ ഒരു ചെറിയ മേ ബി നിങ്ങൾക്ക് ആ ഡൗട്ട് വന്നത് അതുകൊണ്ടായിരിക്കും.
Students are also having such a doubt, ma'am.
അപ്പൊ അതുകൊണ്ട് ഇപ്പൊ ഇതിൽ വേണമെങ്കിൽ നിങ്ങൾക്ക് എഴുതി ചേർക്കാം. That is based on the arrows. Which diagram shows blood flow through a mammalian heart? Based on the arrows or based on, because
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am. Then it is correct, ma'am.
Yes, you're correct. You can write
Okay,
it like that. Based on the arrows, you can show. Because we are not teaching them birds and mammals separately. We are not teaching them. Is it okay, ma'am? Okay.
Okay, ma'am.
This is the image, shows the circulation of blood in fishes. Now, this is actually the same. Actually, it is the same which is there in the resource, that is teachers' resource in cbse.nic.in. Other teachers' resource, there are innumerable questions which you can actually reframe yourself and give it to the children. So we have already taught the children what is single circulation, what is double circulation. So here, the picture is given of a fish and various options are given. Which option correctly traces the pathway of blood flow in a fish? Other we can actually tell the children. So we know that in fishes, from the gill capillaries, the oxygenated blood is taken and it goes to all parts of the body, and from there the deoxygenated blood comes to the heart and the heart pumps it again to the gills. So option B is the correct option. For the examination, it need not be a black and red and blue diagram. So there the examiner will give oxygenated blood, deoxygenated blood. അങ്ങനെയൊക്കെ തരുമായിരിക്കും. ഇത് ശരിക്കും ഒരു ക്വസ്റ്റ്യൻ പേപ്പർ, ദാറ്റ് ഈസ് റിസോഴ്സ് മെറ്റീരിയലിലുള്ള ഒരു ക്വസ്റ്റ്യൻ പേപ്പറാണ്. Urine formation, you can take any text or diagram from, any diagram from the text, and you can frame a question. So here various parts are given, A, B, C, D, and E, which gives the correct identification and function. So since we have only taught them around about A and B, we have taught them glomerulus, Bowman's capsule, and we have taught them the tubular, that is tubules. that much we have taught them. So based on that, we can frame a question. That means A, what is the function? Children usually have doubt between Bowman's capsule and glomerulus. So that we can actually make it as a question. That is, the cup part is the Bowman's, and the thing which enters inside, the blood coming inside, is making the glomerulus. Like that, we can frame the question. So here 8A is the answer. And again, we can select the option which gives the identification and the function. So we have to identify the structure and relate to the function also. So we have taught them filtration and reabsorption. Okay, teachers, I'll proceed. This is another diagram of the kidney. The diagram shows kidney and its associated vessels. Which structure has the most and the least urea concentration in it? So here again, from the heart, the blood is coming. The oxygenated blood with the nitrogenous base comes, enters the kidney. And after the filtration process, it leaves the kidney, so to the heart. So the labels are given 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. So actually here ureter is also shown. So which has the most and the least urea concentration in this? Is option D the right answer, teachers? Option D. Am I audible to you, teachers?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am. Yes.
Yes,
Ah,
ma'am.
Yes,
So
yes, yes, ma'am.
option D is the right answer, isn't it, teachers? Because here,
Yes, ma'am.
ureter means it is carrying the urine, isn't it? And the least will be in 3 because it is leaving the kidney. Now here again, it
Ma'am?
is related. Yes.
Ma'am,
Yes.
is the deoxygenated blood is coming to the kidney from heart, ma'am?
From heart,
From heart?
oxygenated blood is coming.
Yes, oxygenated blood, a branch, there is a branch of aorta. Okay, ma'am.
Yes.
Okay.
Now here, two diagrams are shown. One is an nephron, the other is a filtration process. A student mixes sand, mud, gravel, and water in a beaker. He filters this through a filter paper kept on a funnel and collects the filtrate in a conical flask. The diagram of the experimental setup is shown. Relate the parts marked A, B, C, and D with the corresponding functionally related parts of the nephron. From the options given below, select the correctly matched parts. Okay, so here we are relating the filtration. Subhash, you are relating the filtration process to the nephron here. So, which is the correct option? I'll just show you the table. So here, teachers, A. A means the outer funnel. So here, the part of the nephron, the child will first think which part of the nephron is the outermost part, and then inside the filter paper is there. So which part is doing the function of a filter here? Then C is the content inside the filter paper, that is the liquid which we are pouring. So here the child sees what will be C. And D is that tube which is going down and collecting the filtrate. So my options here. C is the correct answer. That is Bowman's capsule, glomerulus, blood with nitrogenous waste and oxygen. So you can just make this blood with nitrogenous waste and carbon dioxide. You can just change it like that. And the D is the tubule part. So I'll just show you once again. It's a Bowman's capsule. A is the Bowman's capsule. B is the glomerulus. C is the blood. That is the blood which is containing oxygen, which is containing the impurities, and D is this tubule part. This is a simple question. It is a remembering, or you can say an understanding level. Plant gets rid of excess water through transpiration. Which method is used to get rid of solid waste? Shedding of yellow leaves. Yes, any doubts, teachers? I mean, is there any clarification you can tell?
Excuse me, ma'am, I'm
Yes.
Kiran.
Yes.
Ma'am, the previous question that D symbolizing here, if that particular labeling is not proper, that can we relate that particular conical flask into collecting that? Is it possible? Because
But sir, we are not teaching them the collecting that. Of course, he can do it, but then see the options. So the child has to see the options also.
tubules.
ഓപ്ഷനിൽ ഞാൻ അതുകൊണ്ടാണ് എല്ലായിടത്തും ട്യൂബ്യൂൾസ് മാത്രമേ എഴുതിയുള്ളൂ കാരണം വി ആർ നോട്ട് ടീച്ചിങ് ദം ഐ ഡോണ്ട് നോ വെദർ യു ആർ ടീച്ചിങ് ബിക്കോസ് അവർക്ക് പി സി ടി ഡി സി ടി കളക്ടിങ് ഡക്ട് അവർക്ക് ഐ എം നോട്ട് ടോട്ട്
plus one portion, ma'am.
plus one learner, plus one
Yeah.
portion it is. So I just tell them this is the first part, this is the second part, but then I have not taught them as PCT and DCT. So that is why the child always sees the options only. But that is why when you frame the options, you have to be very careful. That is the most important thing.
Okay, okay, thank you.
This is another case-based question. Please read it, teachers. Okay, I'll just go to the table. Hemoglobin concentration in residents living at 3,500 to 4,000 meters and at sea level. At sea level, this much, and at 3,500, it is this much. Why is there more hemoglobin in blood at high altitudes? So the child has to know that when the oxygen, because RBCs are the ones which take in oxygen, they are the ones which combine with oxygen, hemoglobin and the RBCs. So oxygen in the atmosphere is less and hence more RBCs are produced to absorb oxygen. Now, of course, teachers, ഇത് കുറച്ചും കൂടി ഒരു difficulty level ആണ്. പക്ഷേ according to me, my personal opinion I'm telling, I just suggestive. You can give little difficulty level to the questions now so that the children, they understand the different aspects of this particular respiration process. That is oxygen binding with hemoglobin, oxygen. അങ്ങനെ നമുക്ക് 11th സ്റ്റാൻഡേർഡിന്റെ ലെവലിലേക്ക് പോകണ്ട, അത്രയ്ക്കൊന്നും പോകണ്ട. പക്ഷേ ആസ് യു ഗോ ഹയർ അവിടെ ഓക്സിജൻ ലെവൽ കുറയുമ്പോൾ നമ്മുടെ ശരീരം ഹൗ ഡസ് ഇറ്റ് കോപ്പ് വിത്ത് ദാറ്റ്, അത് നിങ്ങൾക്ക് ജസ്റ്റ് ഒന്ന് പറഞ്ഞു കൊടുക്കാൻ വേണ്ടി. സോ ദാറ്റ് സപ്പോസ് ബൈ ചാൻസ് എ ടേബിൾ ലൈക്ക് ദിസ് കംസ്, ബിക്കോസ് അങ്ങനെ വരുമ്പോൾ ദ ചൈൽഡ് വിൽ ബി ഏബിൾ ടു അണ്ടർസ്റ്റാൻഡ് ഹൈ ആൾട്ടിറ്റ്യൂഡ്സ് ദിസ് ഇസ് ദ കേസ്. ഇറ്റ്സ് ജസ്റ്റ് എ സജഷൻ. ഓക്കെ, ഐ എം നോട്ട് ടെല്ലിങ്. ഇത് ഒരു സജസ്റ്റീവ് ക്വസ്റ്റ്യൻ ആണ്. Okay, one more question is there in this. Many countries train the athletes in training centers in mountains. What is the most appropriate reason for this? So, at high altitudes, lung capacity increases along with increased RBC. Again, this is കുറച്ചൊരു high level ആണ്. But as I told you, വെറുതെ ഇന്ന് ട്രയൽ ആയിട്ട് കൊടുക്കാൻ വേണമെങ്കിൽ പിള്ളേർക്ക്, not to frighten them or anything, or instead of giving them MCQs, you can just tell them that this is what happens Either, of course, Olympics in the other training, I just got it, but the other one you can tell them. That is a sea level, high altitudes, what is the change that happens? You can tell them. Or when you're going in a flight also, you can just tell them. But just you can just give instances like that. Flight, of course, many things are there. നമ്മുടെ യു സ്റ്റേഷൻ ട്യൂബ് അതൊക്കെ വരുന്നുണ്ട്. പക്ഷേ ഈ ആൾട്ടിറ്റ്യൂഡ്സിന് നമുക്ക് വേണമെങ്കിൽ പറയാം. Sea level and little high altitudes. അത് അവർക്ക് എക്സ്പീരിയൻസ് ഉണ്ടാവും ചെയ്യില്ല. അവർ പോകുമ്പോൾ ചെവി അടയുക അങ്ങനെയൊക്കെ ഉണ്ടാവില്ല. അവരോട് വേണമെങ്കിൽ പറഞ്ഞു കൊടുക്കാം. This is again a diagram based. Match the parts labeled to their names and function and identify the correct option. For W, X, Y, Z in there, name is given and its function is given. Which is the correct option you have to identify. So the child has to tell W. I have given only one here. I have given only the superior vena cava. I have not given the inferior here. So wantedly I gave it like that. Because superior means the child must know it collects blood from the upper part of the body. So superior vena cava collects deoxygenated blood from the upper parts. And X, he must know that it is a pulmonary vein which brings oxygenated blood in, from the lungs into the heart. Y, he must know it is the left atrium. Here it is given as the right atrium. So he has to identify the correct option here. So the A is the correct option here. Children always get confused between the right and the left. Kidneys, right kidney, left kidney. So, basic questions you can train them also. The right renal artery, the left renal artery, renal vein, they get confused.
It's a very good question, ma'am. That's a little bit confusable and also very good one.
This is the other one. നമ്മൾ ചെറിയ ക്ലാസ്സിലൊക്കെ ഈ മഷിത്തണ്ടൊക്കെ വെച്ചിട്ട് കുട്ടികൾക്ക് ട്രാൻസ്പോർട്ടേഷൻ പഠിപ്പിച്ചിട്ടുണ്ടാവും. ദാറ്റ് ഈസ് ത്രൂ ദ സൈലം ദി ഇങ്ക്. മഷിത്തണ്ടിന്റെ ചെടി എടുത്തിട്ട് വി കീപ് ഇറ്റ് ഇൻ ഇങ്ക് വാട്ടർ ആൻഡ് ദ വാട്ടർ വിൽ ബി ഗോയിങ് അപ്പ്. സെയിം തിങ് അതിനെ ബേസ് ചെയ്തിട്ട് ഇവിടെ ഒരു സെക്ഷൻ ഇസ് ഷോൺ ഓഫ് എ പ്ലാന്റ് ഷോൺ. And the diagram is also given with the label. That is the vascular tissues along with the xylem, phloem. And if a plant shoot is left in blue ink and a section is cut, which diagrams from option A, B, C, and D will show the correct observation? So, 4 options are given. In this particular part, which part will be having the correct observation? That is blue ink color, for which part will show the blue color? So the child will, so this is a very, it's a knowledge level. Look, and the child knows if the water is transported through the xylem. So every day on a xylem, the notator in this diagram, we will mark it as B. B is the correct option.
B, ma'am.
Yes, B. B is the correct answer. B. This is again based on transportation, wherein a plant is shown, and we have taught them that xylem and phloem, what is the difference in the transportation? Just a minute, teachers. Okay, teachers. Now in this, identify the wrong option relating to X and Y. So here the child has been taught that in X, that is in xylem, it is always a unidirectional flow. Teachers, am I audible to you?
Yes, ma'am.
Ma'am.
Yes. So in X, the direction is unidirectional, and in xylem and in phloem, it is both the ways. And here in Y, they can see certain small seeds also. That also we are teaching them. What are the parts of xylem? It is tracheids, vessels, and the other one, it is seed tubes, companion cells. All that we are teaching.
Yes, ma'am.
So, identify the wrong option relating to X and Y. What is the wrong option given here? That is what the child has to find out. Now, teachers, you can also give them which is the right option, wrong option. If I declare the wrong option, then the child has to be very alert when reading the question. That is why we give what is the wrong option, and sometimes we give which is the correct option. The child has to read the question very carefully. So that also we should train them. So here actually C is the wrong option. It is given, and we have also teaching them that in transportation of water, it is basically the root pressure and the transpiration pull, whereas in phloem, it is active transport. So here I've written xylem transports water, active transport, phloem transports food, diffusion. So that is the wrong option. So C is the incorrect option. Now this is another experiment. It shows two shoots at the beginning of an experiment on transpiration. What are the likely readings on the spring balance after 3 days? So transpiration runner experiment, and in plants again transportation in plants, transpiration is a very important part, whereas because there we are teaching them transpiration pull, then we are teaching them root pressure and how this transpiration is useful as well as harmful to the plants. So here the child has to observe the experimental setup very carefully and he has to find out the answer. Analyze, what is the analyzing, evaluating, and like a high level any another. Okay, then, what are the likely readings on the spring balance? If a random, it is 30 grams. So in A, it is both 25. After 3 days, it is. Okay, after 3 days, in both it decreases. In one it is 25 and the other it is 30. In one it is 30, the other it is 25. And in both it is 30. So according to you teachers, which is the correct answer?
Option B.
B is what, 25 and 30. Any other answers, teachers? Actually, even I was a bit confused regarding this. But then there's one thing here, teachers. Both the plants are not having roots. In both the cuttings, roots are not there. So when roots are not there, which one?
Not change.
No absorption of water will occur. And when there is no absorption of water, transpiration will be very negligible because our and very negligible transpiration. When there is no water, stomata also will remain closed because there is no water. So this is a little high order question, Anna. So
And there is one more question maybe students will ask. What at the time of cutting and what there somewhat pressure may be inside that particular xylem vessels may be there during the cutting time of twig. Yes. Because that particular leaf is also dipped in that particular water. Yes, if that plant may be maybe if you are using ഇവിടെ മഷിത്തണ്ടാണെങ്കിൽ
But then, sir, the question is, what are the readings of the spring gardens after 3 days?
3 days.
3 days. അപ്പൊ ഇതൊരു ഇമ്മീഡിയറ്റ് ആയിട്ട് എല്ലാവരും പറയണം. ഈവൻ
മാം പർട്ടിക്കുലർ പ്ലാന്റ് മെൻഷൻ ചെയ്യാത്തോണ്ടേ ഏത് പ്ലാന്റ് ആണ് എന്ന് മെൻഷൻ
അപ്പൊ
ചെയ്യാത്ത
മഷിത്തണ്ടാണെങ്കിൽ എങ്ങനെയാ മഷിത്തണ്ട്?
അങ്ങനെയാണെങ്കിൽ ഇപ്പം വാട്ടർ ടൈപ്പ് പ്ലാന്റ്സ് ആണെങ്കിൽ കുറച്ചും കൂടെ വിസ്റ്റാൻഡ് ചെയ്യത്തില്ലേ? അങ്ങനെ സ്റ്റുഡൻസ് പല രീതിയിൽ അവർ തിങ്ക്
How come they have the same weight without leaves?
അങ്ങനെയുള്ള പോസിബിലിറ്റീസ്.
That is another thing, ma'am. How come they have the same weight?
നമ്മള് പ്ലാന്റ്സിന്റെ പേര് മെൻഷൻ ചെയ്യുകയാണെങ്കിൽ ഓക്കെ, ദെൻ ഇറ്റ് വിൽ ബി ഓക്കെ. അല്ലെങ്കിൽ സ്റ്റുഡൻസ് വിച്ച് ടൈപ്പ് ഓഫ് പ്ലാന്റ് അങ്ങനെ പലരും ഇൻവെന്റ് ചെയ്യുന്ന ആൾക്കാരായത്.
Actually, the thing is, രണ്ടിനെയും നമ്മൾ എടുത്തു നോക്കിയിട്ട് ഓഫ് കോഴ്സ് വെയിറ്റിന്റെ കാര്യത്തിൽ മേ ബി ഇതില് ഈ സ്റ്റെമ്മിന്റെ രണ്ടിന്റെയും തിക്കനിങ് രണ്ടും ഒരേ തിക്കൻ സ്റ്റെം ആയിരിക്കില്ല. ഇതിൽ കുറച്ച് ഇലകൾ കൂടുതലായിരിക്കും, അത് കുറച്ചും കൂടി തിക്ക് സ്റ്റെം ആയിരിക്കും. പക്ഷെ വെയിറ്റ് നോക്കിയപ്പോൾ രണ്ടും 30 ആണ്. പക്ഷെ 3 ദിവസം കഴിയുമ്പോൾ എങ്ങനെയാണ് അതില് വ്യത്യാസം വരാന്നാണ്. അപ്പൊ അത് you have to think. This is one question which I got, and what I got the answer is, I think രണ്ടിലും വലിയ വെയിറ്റ് വ്യത്യാസം ഉണ്ടാവില്ല എന്ന് എൻ്റെ മനസ്സ് പറഞ്ഞത്. I don't know. But what I am telling is, teachers, when we keep questions, of course, the answer I think it is D. Anna. Both will not show any
Ma'am.
significant. Yes, ma'am.
Ma'am, oil is there in the surface of water.
Oil is there. Yes. That
Oil is
means
there.
no.
So the oxygen diffusion capacity of water is lost. So oxygen is needed for the absorption of water.
Water
So it
is
is
not
an
evaporating.
active process, ma'am.
Water is not evaporating.
No, evaporate at the same time, no oxygen diffuse into the water. So the water is needed for absorption of water. Sorry, oxygen is needed for absorption of water. So there is a theory like that, ma'am.
Oxygen is required for absorption of water.
Very well. That is why we are removing the soil particle in the pot to aerate the soil. Why? What is the purpose of aerating the soil?
For oxygen.
For absorption of water, oxygen is needed. Otherwise, the plant is unable to take water.
For the roots, of course, because roots are living cells.
Roots. So roots. See, that is why we are giving water early in the morning and late in the night, or early in the evening. We are giving water.
roots are
So
not
because
there,
at that time the respiration rate is more.
But here roots are
Respiration
not
rate is more during early in the morning, at the same time evening. Evening. So we are giving water at that time because at that time the absorption of water is more, because with the expenditure of energy, ATP, they are taking water. So if oil is there, it is unable to absorb water.
But then I didn't get that.
So there is no
Because
need.
the roots
See, there is
are
no
not-
need of.
In this question, nothing is become mentioned like that. Because
See, children interpret. There is a dispute among children.
Somewhat loophole is there in this question.
Yes. What
Yes.
Kiran sir is said,
Yeah, the
correct.
question has so many loopholes are there.
Ah,
that we
yes,
had
yes,
to-
Yes,
That's
but what
a
do you
main thing.
suggest?
Because
I mean, instead of that,
even teachers are unable to write the correct answer. But how
Yeah,
these
that's
children
the thing.
write the answer?
Somewhat is there.
no, actually, ma'am, the thing is, roots in the roots are not there. Okay, roots are not there, so they're not able to take water at all. But as ma'am said, the oil is there. I think the oil is to prevent the water from evaporating, right? And in both the cases, the loophole here, of course, even I had that doubt there. But then when I analyzed it, what I suggested from my side, what I thought is, because since the leaves are not getting any water, they are not able to transpire also, because they are already aiding the experiment on transpiration. So when they are not able to transpire, when they are not losing any water, the initial weight in the beginning and the end may remain the same. That is what conclusion I got. Of course, as you said, there are some things in this question. For example, the child may ask why oil. But she oil in the transpiration experiments, they put a layer of oil, because that is actually to prevent the water level from decreasing in the test tube conditions. They put oil. Of course, I don't know. This question is a little tricky. I understand, and it may not be. But with some modifications, I think, teachers, you can think of some modifications to this question so that you can give an experiment regarding this. Otherwise, there are many other experiments also on transpiration by showing a tree and the water evaporating from the leaves, arrow marks. Angani in the question. And you can ask them what is the difference in root pressure and the transpiration flow. That is small plant and tall plant. In small plant, root pressure, big plants, transpiration. But the thing is, to get the options, we need four options. So that options also we must be able to get. That is why experiments choose more. Experiments we can get options. That is why I chose this. Of course, I can understand there are some loopholes in this, as you all said. So when we frame questions, we can always think it in different ways, and we can also add to it. Okay, teachers. So with this, the typology that typology is over. Now we come to the assertion reasoning. In assertion reasoning, we have both A and we have these four options, and most of the assertion reason questions are the critical thinking type. And taking the same example, we can make four choices of the questions. That is option A, B, C, and D. And these sentences are from the textbook. So in the first option and the first question, the food coming from the stomach has to be made alkaline. Pancreatic enzymes in duodenum act on food. So option A, which the question is framed. In option B, both options are correct, but it is not the correct explanation. So here, food coming from the stomach has to be made alkaline is a correct. Bile juice from liver accomplishes this is correct, but that is not the explanation. In the third case, the food coming from the stomach has to be made alkaline. Enzyme pepsin requires an alkaline medium to act on food. That is not correct. So option C. And the last one, the food coming from the stomach has to be made more acidic. Lipase enzyme in duodenum has to act on food. So there it is option B. B option is A is false, but R is true. Similarly, different questions I have just written. In woody plants, gas exchange occurs through lenticels. Lenticels are specialized cells found along with stomata on the stem of woody plants. I have written the answer also there. Transpiration is said to be a necessary evil. Transpiration causes water loss but also helps in upward movement of water. It is option A. Artificial kidney is a device to remove nitrogenous waste products from blood through dialysis. Reabsorption does not occur in artificial kidney. Option B. So in these questions, we can always take sentences from the textbook, and we can just make it in negative, and we can frame questions. Or we can.
Lenticels are not mentioned in the chapter. So when we teach them, do we have to go outside the NCERT portion also?
Which portion is not taught, ma'am?
Lenticels is not in, it's out of portion.
But we have taught them, and I saw in some of the guides also regarding.
Even I saw some questions like that. Like,
excuse me, ma'am, but we mention it to the children when we are teaching. No, we mention
yes,
it. Over.
We mention it. We mention it in the class.
That's it.
That is why I put the lenticels, because when we teach them roots and all that, roots how do they do exchange, or how do they, but we teach them lenticels. That's why I framed this question.
That's
Actually, 9th standard also, when it comes to protective tissues, we teach them.
Even artificial kidney is in the orange box, but still we have questions regarding artificial kidney. So that's why.
in the boards it is there, ma'am, usually there.
Just a minute. Watchman in the. Okay, അപ്പോൾ ഇപ്പോൾ ഞാൻ ചോദിക്കാൻ വരുന്നത് വാച്ച്മാൻ ഇല്ലേ അവിടെ ബാബുച്ചേട്ടൻ വന്നോല്ലേ ബാബുചേട്ടനോട് പറഞ്ഞിട്ടുണ്ടോ? Okay, teachers. Now that was about the typology and MCQ, and this is regarding the internal assessment. Subhash, thank you so much. Internal assessment, term 1 and 2, periodic assessment 3 marks, multiple assessment 2, and we have the subject acknowledgement 3 marks, portfolio 2 marks. Subject acknowledgement practicals, of course, we have already completed. Most of you must have already completed it also. The lab, we have just one experiment in the first term.
Carbon dioxide release.
Yes, only one experiment. So teachers, that's it. Actually, I was told to give more focus on MCQs. Although some of the MCQs you may feel that it is a little of a higher level, but what I suggest that is that when you see the questions, you yourself can give some thought to it and tell the students in such a way that they will be able to think a little, because direct questions നമ്മൾ എപ്പോഴും അവർക്ക് കൊടുക്കുന്നതാണ് ക്ലാസ്സിലൊക്കെ സിമ്പിൾ ആയിട്ട്. അവർ കുറച്ചും കൂടി ഒന്ന് ആലോചിച്ചാൽ അവർക്ക് they will be prepared for a more other type of questions. So in the cbse.nic.in there is a teacher resource. അതിൽ കുറേ questions ഉണ്ട്. അതിനെ എടുത്തിട്ട് നിങ്ങൾക്ക് വേണമെങ്കിൽ you can either give it to them directly and tell them to practice it, and when you give them the examination or test, you can also just make it a little, you can modify it and give it to them. So these are some of the MCQs which I got. I have covered only some of the topics. It's so much we can do it, but then you have to sit in. Teachers, so that was about it, teachers. I don't know how informative it was, because we are all in the same platform. The thing is, just sitting and I just shared my views to you. We can always take ideas from others and then sit and then do it. Some of them, of course, some of the questions need, as you said, the transpiration, even I felt it is a little, but that question actually attracted me. I thought I could do something to it, because that question is a good question. Only thing is that when we frame it, the children, as I told you, when you're framing an MCQ, the children should not have any doubts. But frame chida, it can come out better.
Maybe we can add roots to the image.
Just a minute, ma'am. Just a minute. I can't hear. Just a minute. Parnolu, ma'am.
Maybe we can add roots to the image so that transpiration is a possible
If
option.
you add roots, the transpiration. Upper, of course, yes. That's what I said. Upper, and of course, transpiration നടന്നിട്ട് water will evaporate. പക്ഷെ മറ്റേതില് അപ്പോ without leaves, no transpiration. So teachers, അങ്ങനെ വരുമ്പോൾ what we have to find out is what is the difference in plants in the rate of transpiration if roots are there but there are no leaves. Of course, we know that leaves ഉണ്ടെങ്കിൽ too much of transpiration occurs. അപ്പോൾ ആ ഒരു എക്സ്പെരിമെന്റൽ സെറ്റപ്പിൽ നമ്മൾ തന്നെ അതിൻ്റെ ഒരു റീഡിങ് എടുക്കണം. പിന്നെ അപ്പോൾ അവിടെയും നമുക്ക് കുറച്ച് കൺഫ്യൂഷൻസ് വരാം.
In category of plants also we have to mention. Then
ശരിക്കും സർ, പക്ഷേ ഇങ്ങനത്തെ എക്സ്പെരിമെന്റിൽ ആരും കാറ്റഗറി പറയാറില്ല. നമ്മളിപ്പോ സ്കൂളിലും ആ ഒരു എക്സ്പെരിമെന്റൽ സെറ്റപ്പില് നമ്മളെ ചെടികളുടെ പേരൊന്നും പറയാറില്ല സാധാരണ.
no ma'am, I said terrestrial plants or aquatic plants, so many varieties are there. They can think vanda, some type of plants are there. They are aerial type of plants, so they can able to absorb it water.
പക്ഷെ വാൻഡ വെള്ളത്തിൽ നിന്ന് അബ്സോർബ് ചെയ്യില്ല.
അങ്ങനെയുള്ള പിള്ളേരെ കൊണ്ടുവരും ഓരോന്ന് എക്സാമ്പിൾസുകളെ നമ്മളൊന്ന് അറിയുമ്പോൾ അവർ എന്തെങ്കിലുമൊക്കെ അങ്ങനെയുള്ള ലൂപ്പ് ഹോൾസ്, സ്മാൾ തിങ്സ് ആർ there.
Anything else, teachers? I mean, you can also tell. Okay. Yes, sir.
Yes, sir. Yes, madam. It's okay, madam. Okay.
So is it over, sir? I mean,
Now this is the time for the interaction. Any teachers, if they have any doubts, they can ask. Otherwise, we will wind up. This is the time for the teachers.
yes, someone has raised the hand.
Yeah.
Any doubt, anything, teachers, you wish to say? So is there any feedback or anything? I would just like to know how it was.
Yes. Okay, ma'am. I have already posted the attendance form and the feedback form, so the teachers can fill it and send it. And if there is no comments or from the teacher side, so shall we go for the official vote of thanks? I think Malavika ma'am, she is from the Shantiniketan Public School, International Public School, Trivandrum. If she is here, she is asked to give the. Yes, ma'am. So, ma'am, please go for the vote of thanks.
Okay, sir. A very good evening to one and all present here. On this wonderful evening, I would like to present the vote of thanks on behalf of Confederation of Sahodaya. It's a matter of pride for me that I got a chance to thank everyone present here. Let me first of all start by giving glory to the Almighty God for making today's training a resounding success. First and foremost, I want to express my sincere gratitude to Mrs. Lata Narayanan ma'am, Head of Biology, Chinmaya Vidyalaya Thrissur, who has 28 years of teaching experience. On behalf of everyone, I would like to thank you, ma'am, for spending your precious time from your busy schedule to grace this occasion and enlighten all of us with the knowledge which you had for framing MCQs, and also to adopt it during the present time for preparing question papers. You have rightly stressed the important aspects which we should be careful while preparing case study based questions also. You have also clarified the queries very well which the participants had. I would further extend the hearty thanks to Confederation of Sahodaya for organizing such a useful training program for all of us. And at last but not the least, my deep sense of thanks and appreciation goes to all the teachers who were live during this whole training program with great enthusiasm, which had made today's training a wonderful success. Thank you, ma'am. Thank you all.
Thank you, ma'am. Thank you.
Thank you, ma'am. Thank you.
Sridevi,
Thank
ma'am.
you, ma'am.
Monish sir, you are not audible.
Sir, dear Lada ma'am, and my dear participating teachers, I'm very sorry I could not give a correct introduction of the resource person and also about the program due to the technical problems of my device. My audio has some problem, that's why it is happened. So however, our Lada ma'am, she could manage it very effectively. So thank you, ma'am, for taking the time to speak to the teachers. I also know that you have taken much difficulties to take this class. I felt that your all remarks on MCQs were especially timely to all the participants teachers. On behalf of the Confederation of Sahodaya Complexes and everybody present here, I express my sincere gratitude to you, ma'am, and all my dear participating teachers. Thank you very much for your active participation.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you, ma'am. Thank you, sir. Thank you, sir. Joji sir is also our Confederation's General Secretary. Joji sir is here. Sir, yeah, sir, if possible, sir, could you talk something to our teachers and resource person?
Moni sir,
Yes, sir.
Leda madam and all the teachers who have joined from various schools, good evening to you all. Very happy to see teachers from various parts of Kerala attending a session together. That too on a very hot topic, how to help our students during the strangest of this. We had been conducting examinations in the past, but this time when we bring them to the classrooms, there will be a kind of examination which is not very familiar to them, a multiple choice. And what kind of questions? Case-based questions, or assertion reasoning type questions, or direct lifting. So these kind of questions would be there. And here we had Leda ma'am to help biology teachers to prepare the question papers. So now I know that teachers who attended this session had a lot of anxieties, concerns, worries regarding this. And you will definitely be able to apply all what you have gathered, what you have accumulated from this session. So make use of that. Let our children be having some smiling faces after this examination, because the first examination that is conducted in respective schools will have equal weightage. Since the first examination will be concluded within 2 months, within 1.5 months time, 50% of the marks will be pocketed by them. That will reflect in their confidence. They'll be perfectly all right for the second term if they score well in the first semester. That is what you have been trying for. So go ahead with your good work. Thank you, Moni sir, for hosting it amid your busy schedule. We know how hard it is for you to host the sessions continuously one after other. And you too had some technical problems, and I do appreciate Leda ma'am. That's what Moni sir told me, that you had some connectivity problems at home. You had to move out of your house, and you had to occupy yourself in a strange place, right? It is not a regular place. Still, you managed very well. You attended the questions. You could connect well with your insights and knowledge that you had. So anyway, let this be a different experience for the students as well when they get you back to the normal classrooms. Wish you all the very best for the school reopening. We'll get our children back to the classroom. You will also have some reliefs from the hectic online virtual sessions. Make use of all the learnings, all the skills, and let that be reflected in the performance of the students. On behalf of Confederation of Kerala Sahodayas, I express our sincere gratitude to all the resource persons who are taking sessions, all the teachers who are attending the sessions. Thank you very much.
Thank you, sir. Thank you very much, sir. Thank you.
Welcome, sir. Welcome.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you.
Thank you, Leda ma'am.
Okay, sir. Thank you.
Thank you, ma'am.
Thank you. Thank you, ma'am. Thank you, Moni sir. Thank you, George sir.
Okay, thank you, ma'am. Should I stop, sir, madam?
Yes.
Okay,
Yes.
thank you.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you.